So you've spent some time as a head coach. The last 9 years you were at Illinois State. 9 years, correct?
9 years at Illinois State, 3 years at Murray State prior to that.
How do you feel being a head coach and then transitioning back to being an assistant coach helped you?
Well, I have said for some time that I think having the experience of being a head coach will make me a much more valuable and a much better assistant coach when I enter back into that role as I have now. I remember the sensation when I first became a head coach that, you know, when you walk around and sit down on the other side of that desk, all of a sudden you realize that the world looks different from over there. And having a greater appreciation and understanding of that now, I think will help me serve Coach Hawkins in a much more meaningful, much more effective way. The second thing is that I learned is when you become a head coach, you no longer coach football players, you coach the football team.
Right.
You guide and direct, you plan, and you know, you're involved in so many other things other than coaching football players. And I very much missed having my hands on players every day and coaching football players as opposed to coaching the entire football team. So I'm really anxious to get back to that. But there again, I think I have a greater understanding of what my role as an assistant coach really should be and how I can best serve the head coach.
Part of every football coach's at the college level responsibilities is recruiting. Mm-hmm. Have you, in your early meetings and development here on the CU staff, have you learned anything about the way recruiting is done here, or do you feel that you're going to be able to add some things to the way recruiting is done?
Well, I certainly think that I have some skills in recruiting. I've been successful as a recruiter, both as an assistant coach and as a head football coach. I'm still trying to get my arms around exactly how the process works here. It's a little different everywhere you go. Yeah. Certainly, I think Colorado is a place that you can recruit to. We have a great institution. We have a great school. Obviously, this is a destination state. A lot of people from around the country and world know of and come to Colorado for, various recreational activities. So I think we certainly have something to sell here, something that can be an attractive school program, geographical area to go out and present to prospective young football players. So I'm excited about having the opportunity to go on the road and represent Colorado in high schools. I'll be recruiting in the South Texas area, and certainly I think we can be an attractive opportunity for kids down there.
I was going to ask you what areas you would be responsible for, or if that had been decided yet.
It has been decided. They've assigned me into the South, Austin, San Antonio, South Texas recruiting area. Get over into some of the northwest Houston suburbs, which is a big area. A lot of schools in there. So I've got a lot of work to do.
Do you have previous experience down there?
I have. I've recruited Houston and the San Antonio area in times past, but again, I've been a head coach for 12 years, so right. I do have a lot of contacts there. I think I have some name recognition there too among high school coaches, but I'll be working hard to reestablish and enhance our contacts there.
Do you feel like Colorado hasn't gotten a lot of recruits in recent years from Texas? Mm-hmm. It seems like since Coach Hawkins got here, they've started to reestablish some of that, but is there still a lot of work to be done there? Do you believe the staff feels that way?
Well, I do think there's a lot of work to be done there, and recruiting, once you kind of lose those ties and that continuity of kids coming out of an area to a school, sometimes it's hard to reestablish that. This is a very competitive business. Coach Hawkins and his staff, primarily West Coast guys, and I think you see that reflected in that they've had a lot of success recruiting off the West Coast, out of California and other West Coast areas. But we certainly have a lot of guys focused in Texas and trying to reestablish just great high school football in Texas. There's a huge population in Texas. Of course, there's a lot of people go there to recruit too, so it's very, very competitive. But I certainly think that it's a fruitful area, and one that we should be able to go down there and hopefully with some hard work and some smart work, be able to harvest some good players out there and bring some great kids and great players to the University of Colorado. There's certainly been some in the past. You look back, to the Alfred Williams days and even beyond. There's been some great players in the past come to Colorado out of Texas. I see no reason why there shouldn't be that opportunity now.